and she's been here but can't join. Can't get to come up here so come shell down the place when all I look her bad things them are going, she not get to speak. You know, and that me know say she have one battle up inside her, but me go allow her to unleash and talk now because it's been what, maybe 2 weeks now, you don't get no time to talk, not true? 2 or 3 weeks now because you've been busy.
Maybe a little bit more than that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not feeling my best today, but Jesus. Blessings and love, beautiful people. All the vertical things with testosterone and all the creatures with vaginas. Some of them are talks today. There's so much to unpack. And over here, I'm here to bleed with no much. I'm come through the door and say, let me join before me have to go back through the door. I hope you can hear me because I know me sound like when Roach crawl up in a radio, but people, it says, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. So whether you think, say, if them cut you, a green blood don't come, or orange, if you are the top, you are the top. You are at the helm. And why is it that people are so focused and so connected to a color, to the green, to the orange, that you don't even see when it is necessary for you to sever that part of it, when you are supposed to see beyond that? When them a take round the Pitney Road, anybody stop and interview the Pitney and ask them if them mama or them papa of JLP or PNP? Do they ask the children which one of the side, if you get to go to that age where you are able to vote, which side are you going to go on? You see when them abuse the children, them when they're taking away the child, them interview the people, them ask them about no political party. Let me tell you that my silliness wrap up somehow and open up so tight. The only thing somehow know if you do and no good to do is to have sex. When it comes to anything else, dumb and dumber. And then you are the most vocal when it comes to certain things. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you, I'm a short now. You people, this is the second thing that I see where abuse is concerned that is very public. And I have been waiting for the PM, the Prime Minister. And at this present moment, I want somebody at the Prime Minister. So it no matter what side of the fence you're on, I want somebody, let me go on my best patois. I want somebody a prime minister. So while we don't expect him to come out and dictate the terms, because we're not looking at dictator, but what we expect, or what I expect, and some people like really expect, is for him to come out and condemn the act. While we are at, I don't know, can it sing about it now? If you trust him, I'm not certain we will not do behind curtain. Someone if you come forward. As soon as people talk and say, oh, the government needs to do that, who are PNP run out, who are Labour Right run out, the children are not affiliated with a political party when you see them going down. No, let me tell you something. Not even the Zoomer wrestler, them, you know, see them angry people like how me see this man up here, so. This little troglodyte, we're up here, so. We're angry the nurse woman, so. And not even the Zoomer wrestlers, me not see angry them one another, so. And to know that you have people, creatures with vaginas, that come and in support and defense of what this man has done. It's frightening. It's alarming. I don't know the nurse and I don't know him. But I could not stop the tears when I saw that video. I know the last time I went to river, I saw me step on the river stone them. Because I am afraid of the seaweed on the sole of my feet. And I saw me step on the stone them to go over the other side. How me see this man step on the woman's head. And you people are coming out to defend him. Some of your vertical something with testosterone. Because you're not a man. When you come out in solidarity with what this man is doing, but you see many of you women, because behind everything that is done, there's a woman somewhere. There's a woman somewhere. And all I can say, woe be unto you if it ever comes to your door. Because many of you behave like you're just safe and sanctified. And you're in our space and nobody can touch you, nobody do nothing. Do you realize that some of the people who are getting themselves in this situation have done nothing wrong to warrant the behavior that comes to them? Do you recognize that? Idiots, fools, international fools. Do you recognize that you don't have to do anything to be on the receiving end? Eh? And not for no. Well, they are so and support all the people them out here parading and pretend to be females. You are prime contributors and you are failing the children. The only time some of you come and you speak is when it comes to your door. And that tells us how selfish you are. How selfish you are. And at the same time, you're picking another power island by itself. That simply means interactions are going to take place. So when you think you're safe and then them don't interact and whatever, because children learn from children, what the hell you think is going to happen? How can a man come out and deal? But you know, no found no. The man done stepping down the front, backside, and everywhere when you done still spread out like Angela and make him have safe passage in. That's why somehow the female don't see nothing wrong with it. You understand me? In the very entrance that he want to enter, him stepping at some of who no and still spread out. That's how you say spread? Yeah, spread. You still spread out and allowing safe passage in. That's why you don't see anything wrong with what this man has done. FLA, I know for a fact that a few years ago, you were on people's back who have licensed firearm. Me know that. Because I myself had to draw up letters. But you see this man out here, careless, swinging that weapon like that. I mean, soon to come front or center. Because clearly this man is unhinged. This man is not supposed to be in possession of a firearm. Because if you think that it is okay for a mere misunderstanding, inconvenience, maybe, and you think that it is okay for you to come out with your gun swinging like it's a toy in public, I want all of you to pause a moment. This was in public roadway. Just imagine what the possible outcome could be if this man had met this woman in a dark alley. If this man was in a secluded area with this woman, if him deal with her so on a public roadway, can you imagine what could have been her ultimate destiny if this had taken place? I would say taken place in a dark alley with no witness no day. Can you imagine? Eh? It's only when I used to watch Clint Eastwood and Wild West, I see people come out swinging guns. And you come in defense of this man. When people open their mouths and talk about this, you and labor right to run, come out. Go drop on all, tear up on the pant or go take it off and go watch it and go ask God to slap on you with an acute attack of sensibility. The time when you come out here attack. And you see only little woman, I forgive some of you. Creatures with testosterone with well. Because I see some of you trying to take the men underpants. But for the love of God, man left the woman with the G strings. Because you know come weak and tainted. And that's why you can do. When I was growing up, if you are in trouble and you see a man come, there is some sort of relief because you know that they're going to save you. No? And then most of them come out and go like you no love a man. You come forward, man. Because you know you no love woman. There's no way enough for you love women and you can be satisfied with things like this. There's no way many of you love women and you can co-sign something like this. There's no way many of you love women and you are going to find excuse for this troglodyte and what he has done. And when you look under the videos, you see these little worms, maggots, come out and say, oh, but she was arguing with him. Woman must not argue with man. Jeez and peas. Me not think on the tongue split in a two. Me think say no. The secret tongue well we not have wrap up, roll up somewhere. In the jaw, the jaw can't now not release it and use it now because the men them stay like this. And if you were coming to speak about something and something sensible, something uplifting, something worldwide, if you were championing the cause of the people who are vulnerable, which is the women, the old people, and our children, then we could have seen and the little boys won't not target. Because when some of you are here and talk about this, talk about that, you need to go protect your little boy's bottom. You don't need to open your eyes and see that you're not only supposed to protect your little daughter's vagina, go and protect your boy's bottoms. Their anus is at risk. So when you come and you behave like say, oh, but every time you talk, don't call the Prime Minister's name. The Prime Minister, him, daddy, him. He has the pen. And let me tell you something. As a Christian woman who is under construction, that God knows that I'm like a broken cistern. Pastor extraordinaire, when Spice Grace Hamilton wanted to speak with a vocal, we soon no jump out. Not even if I going now, no family, no couldn't jump this up. We see you front and center, championing the cause for her not to go in those schools to take and talk to these girls. Where you know there? Where you know there for the little 9-year-old picnic? Where you know there for the nurse? When the man stand up in her head and cry like a hockey tree. Go ahead, Reedy.
Now, sitting when me want dash by you and this go lick your chip. Have you seen the news with the little 7th grade boy beat the teacher to a pulp, fist her in her mouth, mash up her dent, her braces. She can't even eat.
No, when you hear all them something here. Jesus Christ. And you know, see one when teachers come out and beg for a little bit more money for them pay. You know, have a problem. Eh? I remember when me in the classroom and I remember one parent come to me wanting me to take her phone from her 8th grade daughter. And me have to tell her, say, look here, when me done teachers college, a piece of paper me get. Me not get a black belt. Do you see what the teachers are up against? And many of you come out here and talk. Some of you are so ungrateful to the core. And you can't read and write and count and spell. Teachers have to do it for you. Then get homework, you can't help them with it. And yet still, the level of gratitude is lower than the epidermis. Below surface level. And when you're done your talk, when people come out and say we expect you to condemn, who remember when the member of parliament beating woman? Our cheer come into play and everything. And I remember I spoke about it on my platform and people come in on my inbox. The insect them were like crawl up in my inbox, come in my inbox and say, but what the prime minister have to do that? I know some of the prime minister telling to beat the woman, but I expected him to come front and center and condemn the act. Appeal to those who have similar mindset that we are not going to tolerate this. And if you think that you're better than the rest, come forward because we have the law that is going to wheel out and slap you from every angle. You understand me? And let it serve as a deterrent. But no, when you see you have a country where one man can take off the head of a woman and you get 7 years run concurrently. And by the time you look, you come out fat, brown, and pretty. And you're out here, you come out with skills, nearly skill not. You come out with subject. When I look and see the videos coming out of the cell, and so them pants white like pelican field, clear top shelf liquor. When I look, I see posters for session up on the wall. Oh, them get it. Oh, them get it. So if you little come out here and every time people talk, all you can see is a side of party. It's a amount to lift up. And some of your creatures with vagina, I don't know what, because women are normally nurturers, women are normally nurturers. I pray, someone who can return the vagina to the sender because you don't deserve it. You don't return it because you don't deserve it. Somehow you little creatures with the testosterone. As a matter of fact, they missing testosterone because some of them, males, suffer than ice cream. Suffer than ice cream. And let me be, I heard Reedy say for some people, I don't know the person is talking, but me can put it to the other people. Many of you, for sure, if you go down a hell, they will buck up on some of you before they find, they will buck up on Satan before they find some of you. And that is it. When many of you come out here and do, blame astrology. Many of you, when you come out here and do, blame us, oh, as a Pisces here, but as Sagittarius, in a no Sagittarian, we're not tech bull. The tarot readers, them, here the soon come in. The tarot cards, them, here the soon come in. Because when you come and you do, you have everything else to blame except the heartless person that you are. You see, some of you mama, some of you mothers, some of you ladies. You see, for those of you who give birth to some of the spawn of the devils that we have paraded in this land we love, and you turn around and you protect them when you know that they have done things wrong, God have a special beating for you. And you are going to have a special place in hell. But let me can tell you, because I don't want to chat too much, I'll do my throat now work. There's ain't no fun when the rabbits got the gun. You see, when some of these tables got turned, you know, go weak because nobody run and ball like you know. Think back about it and think about all the bad men that we have had in Jamaica. Look when them do things and police are hunt them. Who reach up in a mountain, up in the hills, very underground like many of them. Nobody run and ball and hide. None, now that we have internet where anybody can come, you see them put out, oh, me not this, me not that, me willing to give up myself. Let me tell you something. If it comes knocking at your door, don't bow to some of us, bow to Jesus. Because you are one of those people who come and you co-sign the foolishness. Because your heart is painted in green, you support the foolishness. Because your heart is painted orange, you cannot see beyond what took place to understand that this is not a political war. It's the war of our nation's people. It is not a political war. Because when G-Man comes to you, nobody now interview you which side of the fence you're upon. Then when they take your picnic, them now ask. And you don't see nothing wrong with that. I heard some of you women talk about when your man angry or rough and the man where you love, how it feels. Can you imagine when these children are taken against their will? Engage in a little brain now. Think about the agony these children supposed to feel before many of them meet their demise. Think about what it is that is done to these children. And many of you know for the man where the man where you give entry to your vagina. You know what he's doing. You understand me? Come in read it. Because my head all hurt me and be sure to hurt me more.
So you see the one with the stepfather where we get charged him a molesting stepdaughter from she had 8, and the stepdaughter had to go and tell a neighbor. Not her mother, you know, she had to go and tell a neighbor. He's arrested now, you know, but
You know what's unfortunate?
the information say the unspeakulous things what him do to that child. Them say nothing no exempt.
You know what is sad? Anytime we come here some talk, people might think that because we have a little bit of knowledge we come. I have taught students where I could go through this. I had students when grandfather and father. I have had students when I could go and say to her, say, come baby girl, and take them on the yard and hug them because that's the only way I could have protect them for a short period of time. And unu woman out here so. You understand me? Unu love the penis more than unu love the picnic. Unu love a penis more than how you love your picnic. Many of you, when you come out here and talk about your parental duties, it is performative. You see what the book says? No more silence. That is what we want from you. Anybody can go read this book. It's not me writing. This book was written by all of them females where you see right here. So, and I've had the privilege of interviewing all of them on my YouTube channel. No more silence. Every one of these women have a story in this book and not looking pleasant. I guarantee you today that all of us who are here know somebody who have an untold story. All of us who are here, we know somebody who has an untold story. You just don't know it. So when you come out here and you co-sign, when you come out here and because the man is under the hands of the PM, nobody can say, okay, we expect the PM to come out and the PM to condemn the act. What is so wrong with that? Who you want we can? Jesus, you can stand up in a parliament? Eh? And you want to go dig up Satan because Satan hide from the phone, you know? Because no phone no Satan rival. All him tired of you know. When you come out with the diabolic deeds and come and oh the devil, I don't move from here. When you see the nurse, do you ever get it in your head that this could have been your sister? This could have been your aunt. This could have been your mother. This could have been your daughter, your niece, your goddaughter, your friend's daughter who is now an acquired niece, your neighbor. Do you realize that this could have been you? Do you realize that abuse has no name on it? Any of you recognize that? Abuse does not have a name written on it. And we see how comfortable these men are more than ever in treating a woman. Because guess what? It is co-signed by other women as well. If you're never comfortable with it, then couldn't feel so enough. But because they know, you go and look at any. If you go over Red Hands, when him and the Anna catch up, you go in the comments and you see people that say, well, she not to talk to Red Hands, so that's all you see. Mind you, I am all for respect. No, it is so brawling and unacceptable when you see man, yeah, water knows not a ball load for your next man. No longer are we behind curtain and hide. Loud and proud. Hey, hey, hey. Man out here loud and proud. Holla to him man. Hmm? Depressed. And look like him heart gone behind the man behind. Hmm? Because the man left and you see people in there. Oh, hush, baby. Oh, him soon come back. Hey, you need to lift up. You need to lift up. And I know that I have fallen short. But God knows that none of it is towards these things here. Eh? Mono co-sign and see people are put on their little titty on their chest and then still turn up. The testosterone turn up strong so like them donkey job one. I wanna go on like you know see what go on. You behave like you know see what go on. When you come out here, I see them put on the frock because I'm not even going to call it dress this morning. And draw it up over the maybe 2 pack what them have. And out there twirl and whine and say, yes, good girl, you're good. And you make up and flip, and you don't need to lift up and go.
I wonder if I can go through the top of the car instead of go through the door.
Lift up and go, man. Eh? When you come out and you see someone who, oh, when you look at data look. You understand? Hey, that's what I'm telling you now. You see someone who when you go to no one pick me, and I ask them, but you think I'm a good mother? Only because they know someone will do them things, you know. You see, them answer no right. And me asthma pump on off the barrel and asthmatic. Eh? Out your balling for real. Eh? Out your nose not and lily water. Crying for ass. Hmm? Ain't no distress. Ain't no distress. You see them in a over here.
What
Hmm?
I they ask him about for the oath because him not the girl.
Both. Because me not see how one come left the next. I flip you, you flip me.
Hey!
Eh? And then you come out here and talk about that. You come out here and before you come. Some of you, I never saw one of my videos saying anything but you crawl up in my inbox. So every time I come over there, you're acknowledging God and you lift up and go, devil, Satan pick me. Spawn of the devil. And the difficulty that we have these days is because the devil work and God's work look the same.
I be
So
alive,
it's
some of them.
hard.
I be alive, some of them tell upon the devil, Mama Tara. The devil,
Let me not tell you,
yo,
say devil afraid of them.
be alive and tell upon the
I'm
devil.
never afraid of some of them. Because I open, you know what hurt me? The morning when I open and I see dry water for bottom. Me just don't come off of me, you know. And me pray me and ask God to cover all of the people that me know and when me go so book.
I went Friday. I went Friday topic that in about go and talk.
God Almighty. And then when
No,
many of you come out
hey,
here and we talk
what
about
show?
the age of consent, and we talk about the 16-year-old and someone who down there talk about, oh, but it is legal and legal, but morally, Jesus, please, it's wrong. But the moral fabric of our society is so torn. No quilt maker, no patchworker. You understand? We cannot fix that. Eh? When you see big women around the little teenage people, so somehow no sucking the peen from their routine. And when people talk about it, you don't have no problem sucking the peen from their routine. And you have no problem with it. Then when you no come because no found no woman with the little boy, them most of the relationship cannot pass certain place. They can't pass fat bridge. So when you not done use them, I want to get penis into your vagina. I want to satisfy. You don't want to know, go hide in the gray hair them.
Mr.
Why do not grey hear them and let you pick them, man? And when
Mama
you have to
Tara,
drop them at a certain bus stop.
Mama Tara, me say one come out. I yesterday me see the video, me see one come out and say, me see all of the young
Read
boy
it up
them in
in
the
nice
the
too.
DM. Me not ready for relationship yet, me a mourn. But you no look good.
Let me tell you something. I remember when I
Yo.
had a boy in one of my ninth grade science class. And when that boy showed me the woman that he was involved with, remember when we write three sentences for the boy can't write off his reading properly. And when you see the woman, read you that look her car, bottom cock up so the gluteus maximus big and round now. Look good. Face card as them say, no decline. Titty up here, so up on that chin. You would have say hi.
Mm.
And when I see it, believe me, it was not my place, but me. I have to say something because of somebody where me say. And she was so defensive. Then if the boy could have tell me, why I'm telling friend them, every time he's supposed to lift up the leg so in tell her which angle, if a 80 degree, 60 degree, 180, he's supposed to describe and tell them how. When you grunt, whether you grunt or you do guttural, he's supposed to tell him friends them. Because that's what people of that age, most of them, that's what they do. When you get involved with younger boys like that, I mean, never say young man, we say young boys. You know that the relationship cannot go to a certain place. So after a certain juncture, you have to let them off. You let them off a bus stop, roundabout, dead end. And guess what? The poor thing them heart, even though them think them big and they love big woman, the poor thing them heart can't ready for it. So when you drop them like a hot sack of potato, guess what? It affect them. Then guess what? It is not fixed. Nobody not think nothing wrong with it. So then continue on that vein. So from that little boy to an adolescent and to man, I see him disturbed person that because there was no correction, no intervention. So when you take up some of these men, I wanna say, he have mama's issue. In big but in this, in disturbed from him at 16. From the first time you hold a little willy between your two fingers, you disturb him. From the first time, you can count the 6 strand a year where this are coming according to some granny just a feather. You disturb the boy's psychic. When him thinks you have him back and you realize that not even church town you can dress up to go because you're keeping up appearance like Mrs. Bucket and you don't want anybody to see you. You have to let him off at some point. King Heart already. You know, see the cycle? So when we talk about that, everything is interrelated and interconnected. And many of you little idiots. Oh, the older women are jealous. Jealous of what? With them rather go geriatrics. The sensible one, we join the geriatrics line instead of go nipple buckle. Instead of go rob the cradle, they rather go to the geriatrics line. Make all the yard road grey. And you see some of you, because I've spoken to people who have to deliver baby, and not to them tell me, say, miss me, I tell you the truth. Me rather deliver a 16-year-old because them not ball. If you tell them to push, them push. If you tell them, but me have big woman, we have 6 pitney already, and I have to give her 2 slap on her behind because though she come and go on and fling herself down. We have a problem. And these people who are in governance, who think it is okay for a 16-year-old to give consent to a greyback man, to insert in intimate tool into her intimate cavity. But you don't think that she's sensible enough to make a decision to draw the X beside the head or the bell. Because you don't think she's mature enough to decide who she would like to be the PM for the country that she's living in. But you think that she's good enough to decide for herself that John Brown's penis is the one that I want to enter my intimate passage. When you give them the consent, the possibility of pregnancy coming out as the end result is very much likely. So you don't think she's sensible enough to make a decision to vote for who she thinks that she would want to run the country, but you think that she's good enough to make a decision that you can have sex with me and the possibility of a child coming into this world and you leave the burden on her and you people think it is okay. So when we come out here, so I make a cry, say we need the PM to say something, we're not going automatically, we're not going defense mode. And we can't even defend one rag and soap we put on a ranking king. Hmm? You can't even defend rag and soap you put on down a green arm. But you come out here and defend these people. Eh? Somehow you not even a tree trunk of your no penis cannot even close to it enough to go urinate. Much less somebody's underwear. And many of you come out here and defend these people. And I know what I am talking about. Because I have marks in my side, pliers to my side, 12 stitches. When I have to fight, I am not a fighter. Anybody know me? I have to fight like hell, 12 stitches in a this. And every time I undress, though they are fading because God is good, I still can see. And while I manage to rise above and stand tall and is not bitter, you have some people that it will tear them to the very day they're going in that grave. Because they are not able to navigate through it. They are not able to come back from it. They are not able to stand tall and see themselves above the incident or accident. And many of you come out here. Victim blaming and shaming is what you people do best. And let me tell you something, because we are chat for a while now. When many of you come out here and the convenient and selective outrage that you display, the all-seeing eyes are still watching. Because anytime somebody will prefer, you don't see nothing wrong with you, you don't find every excuse. Instead of dealing with the situation and you go dig up something from 1940 to talk about. Oh, but when they do this in 1920, hey, lift up from your soul, man. And know we talk. Man, move from your soul, know we talk. And you see, on a man, we have no brethren, we no sound no rate, come and no love man, not true. You see, when some of you have brethren who you know are doing things and you don't correct them, you don't separate yourself from wickedness, you are just the same. You are equally culpable if you did not know When you have your son and you know your son do certain things, you know your father do certain things, the uncle, and you still a come talk about I'm the best uncle that. Let me tell you something. You need to live up and go. Me want someone to go chuck off in a river when you can't swim. You understand me? You need to move, lift up. And many of you are just some prime time roadblocks. Eh? Many of you come out and talk about, I'm doing all of this for my children and they're not prospering. And you are the roadblock in your picking one life. Prime time stumbling block. Just move out of here and see if your picking start flourish. Because the devilment where you come with is just blockage in your children's way. And let me tell you something. Every child deserves good parents, but some of the parents don't deserve the children want to get.
Oh, dark truth.
No, don't. Want to come out here. But you see, because we can't pick and choose who for whom or reactivate it. Because some of you women, the only thing good about you is a no woman ovary. And some of your men, the only thing good about you is the sperm. Nothing more. Some of you not even a good decimal place. Not even a good a big old blob. Wasting God's good oxygen. That's why when some of you come and someone jump in inbox, I will know better come take out the gun finger out of my inbox. Yeah? You know, come creep it up and creep out on yourself out of my inbox. Because if I was looking somebody, I couldn't, you know. Hmm?
Time my glasses, I can't see them mama tired.
You know, got beard. And children, if you are listening, you know, start people and watch your father. Watch your stepfather. Watch the 5 man or no mother have a come in and come out. You know, be vigilant. Get something put on your bedside. Do something. Eh? Have something where you can joke or run. And for you pitney when you lazy, you start practice for now. A training day. Training day. We need to start training our children so they know that if we fly instead of fight, because most of the time they cannot manage. You need to teach your children when to choose flight over fight. And you see, for the last, before me shut up, you see many of you who desperate for little penis to touch your little I'm gonna take up any and everybody. I'm not making go rent one room on the corner and blow up your back. But you're carrying coming at the house. And your daughter is growing up nice, fat and plump. And instead I'm a pre you start pre your picnic. And guess what? When the child says something about you, I have been in position where children come to me because when the kid they say, Mommy, they doing this, you're pump her in her back. Boof! You think the man could have want you? Him have me, why mother look at you? Woman, him use you to get closer to your daughter. Because the gray hair them start showing now and him not like that. Him use you to get closer to your daughter. But some of you are so caught up. Some of you are so caught up, you refuse to see what is on the other side. You refuse to see the agony that your child is facing. You refuse to see the insurmountable ill that is picking up a climb because of you and one penis. And for the final part, some of you need to love your children more than how you hate the baby daddy. Let me repeat it for you now. Some of you need to love your children more than how you hate the baby daddy. Because that will put you in a place where co-parenting will be in a better place for them. Cooperation will be better, but the hatred that some of you have for the child's father supersedes the love that you should have for your children. So instead of focusing on the little girl, on the little boy, you're focusing on the hate that you have for this man and anybody else that is affiliated with him. So now you hate not only stop at the man, but any woman who dare to say yes to him and hell and powderhouse and damnation. And you're picking the right hand of your arm, hurting, feeling less love, feeling unappreciated, feeling as if she's and he is not a part of, but you don't have any time to say that. Because only penis at the end of the day. And guess what? You're still going to lose him. If he mean that he's going to go, you could have deal. Tell Europe, say me say, you still are going to lose him. Some of you are not supposed to be in possession of your children because you provide absolutely no protection for them. You don't provide a safe haven for them. Some of you play a blind eye. The boys, they're being molested, but because you don't want certain things to be associated with your family, because somehow only the brand you care about, which is the name of the family, and the boy they are suffer. I've had students who come in front of me, and when me look at the mark of the rope around my neck, he said, "Miss me couldn't do it. I reached this part, but when I tied the rope, I couldn't do it." Yet I saw that mother wig to the back and everything out there looking well, beautiful. And oh, my children are my priority. No, no, they're not. The 5 different shade of downtown tights where you have skull, rose, this, ball, and that are your priority. Right in front of you, many of you children are suffering. I've had students, a pair of twins, and when they come, the father tie them up and ready for. And when one show you how him wheel out, I take down in brother, your belly bundle. So when I come here and I talk, I know and I could go on, but I'm on my platform. And I have places to go and things to do. So me alone today. But I pray that God slap many of you with an acute attack of sensibility. I pray that God slap some of you with an attack of empathy. I pray that God slap many of you with an acute attack of love and kindness. You understand what I'm saying? I pray that God will open your mind's eyes for many of you to recognize what is happening, how many of us are at risk. I pray that God will slap you with an acute attack of awareness. And the one that eludes most of us, or eludes most of us, I pray that God slap many of us with an acute attack of accountability. Even though I know that accountability to many is like kryptonite to Superman. They don't go together. But I'm still going to pray. And I'm still going to remain hopeful. And I'm still going to ask God to bring you in a space where many of you can shut the world out and understand that there's a place here. The blueprint of who you are needs to be worked on, needs to be dealt with, needs to be tweaked, needs to be saved. And then and only then you can come forward as someone who is renewed, who is improved, who is now aware. And that you can lay those footprints too. So someone else who is coming, them who won't follow it like when Hansel and Gretel dropped the breadcrumbs. Understand that you can make an impact in that little space that you occupy. I am not one to preach for perfection because I know that's not attainable. I am preaching for you to make something better. Go on the other side, make an improvement, be the better version of what you were last week and the week before. That is what I'm chiding you to do. That is what I'm encouraging you to do. And most importantly, any change that we want to exact, I want you to remember that it has to start with the man in the mirror. It gets no better than that. And here, beautiful people, have a wonderful day. And remember that whatever you do, lead with love.
All right, Mama T.
Big round.
Pick up yourself. Take it easy. We chat.
Mhm.
Hi, Vera.
Good morning, sir. Or good afternoon to your guests.
Good afternoon.
I see some people attack you, but I am going to show them a picture, or I'm going to play 2 clips, and I'm going to ask them this. The gentleman seen in this video, if they're going to still see him as a health minister, a member of parliament, and a politician. Watch this. I see someone who is not but some dirty hypocrite. Flip. See there? This way I'm going to say. Sorry, play again. And those he has transgressed again.
Right has made peace with his God, and those he has transgressed against. Who are these to judge God's right?
That is one. Listen this now.
Brutal act, and we must ensure that the law takes its course, and the perpetrators or perpetrator should be punished to the full extent of the law. At this point, the health system through the University Hospital of the West Indies is providing care to our healthcare worker, and I've reached out to her relatives and will continue to offer whatever support is necessary for her full and speedy recovery. In the meantime, I urge all of us to recognize the importance of our healthcare workers, the essential nature of the service they provide, the fact that they have to be on the roads at all hours, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that we provide the support that is required of them to get to work on time and to help them to achieve the life-saving purpose for which they were trained and that they're committed to. Again, I condemn this act and hope that the consequences of those actions demonstrate in the full extent why this is unacceptable, while we continue to give support for the full recovery of our healthcare workers.
So I said that for this, Mr. Reed. The first clip was 4 days ago, and the last one I played was 3 days later, when the nurse applauded. So how is a man health minister, a politician will still sit with George Wright if God forgive George Wright? Why not ask if God not forgive the gentleman in that video?
Hey, sure.
Remember say me a dunce, you know, me just a little dunce attack, you know. If God forgive George Wright, who was in this video with this man attack? Babsy Grange, who said them different George Wright. Julie Cuthbert, who on Twitter said nothing wrong. Nobody said nothing. But the George Wright get a wrong statement to the police, and when the video coming in retracting statement to something else. So because the lady now we're a nurse, she no police, she no doctor, and somebody get beat up. Now how is this same man where a different George Wright on a political pulpit now I say in condemn